Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Good to see you. Welcome to the show. You're tuned to Blaze Radio. We are live here for another WrestleSense podcast. I got the boys in the back waiting to talk wrestling. We got a lot on the docket tonight. I want to give big shout outs to the people that are here. Big shout out to Aggie, our new member from last night. Wally, PFW's in the house. Yankee Southern Gaming is here. Andy Price from New Zealand. Good to see you, my friend. Always a pleasure. Who's this EJ Dolphy guy? Oh, boy. Get him out of here. We got Crushing Kelly in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Lady Devil. Oh, no. Mark Caliber's in the building. You got a big match later on in the show there, Caliber. Great to see everybody. Just a reminder that the views and opinions of the guests of this show do not reflect the views and opinions of this channel. This is a little discussion, a little friendly debate about the current state of professional wrestling. We got a lot to get into. But, of course, we should have a warning.
The following is rated TV MALSV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Yeah, I know. I'll get shit for the nudity thing. There's no nudity. Keep your pants on, CJ. We don't want to see your little pecker. Come on, man. All right. Let's get down to business. The chat is blowing up. I appreciate everybody coming in. Please hit the like button if you're digging what's going down. Share it out, and let's pack this motherfucker and have some fun. What do you say? Before we get to the guys, I want to make them wait. I love to make them wait. We do have memberships available here on the channel, so I just want to go over real quick what that's about. We already have 14 members, and I appreciate each and every one of you, whether you can donate to the channel or not. Super chats are always open to throw some loot our way to help us expand the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the WrestleSense Podcast new page as well. We're gaining subscribers. I think we're over 25 already, and that's amazing. So here's a little bit more about how you can subscribe to the channel and be a member here on Leaning Towards Death Wrestling, WrestleSense, Blaze Cards we debuted last night. The NFL Red Zone, I'll be live again this Sunday at 1 p.m., giving you play-by-play and reactions. And in the summer, you can watch me kill food. As low as 99 cents a month, $2 a month or $3 a month. You can join the Blaze crew, be top of the card, or help run the show as a promoter. Future members-only streams, discounts on merchandise, and member shout-outs also included. You'll have a badge next to your name, whether you're a new member, 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. Let's hope we get some people here as long as that. That would be amazing. The fun part, and we'll be adding more of these wacky little emojis coming up soon. Thanks to you guys. And you got the Screaming Blaze emoji. You can represent the LTD division. You're in the Battle Queen, the Lethal, or the Empire. You're my boy, Blue. You got that going on. You can tell Rex to shut up. You got the sad trombone. Chris Tucker's coming, and so are the Golden Girls. And yes, you'll love getting thrown around like a sack of potatoes. Big shout out to the members: Shadow Press, Rob, Goddess, MSW, Raven, Damien, Cougar, Cassie, Shifty, Jester, the House of X, LD, Yankee, and Yankee, Southerner, and Aggie. You get too many, I'm not be able to say them all at once. And we'll give shout outs at the end as well. Grinder Gang, big shout out to the Grinder Gang in the building as well. Good to see everybody. We got 13 in the house already. Let's hit those thumbs up. Let's have a good time. We have some quick little things to talk about first, things that we could talk about forever. Let's bring on our little friends from the WrestleSense pod. I almost said the Real Deal podcast. I get used to it. First and foremost, CJ, how you doing, my friend?
Oh, I'm in fucking pain, brother. A lot of pain.
And the older we get, the more pain you'll be in, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
dealing with the torn shoulder blade. So
dealing with me will be even more painful. So
no, highly doubtful.
Chaos Reaper in the building. Yeah, well, I like to call it escapism on the channel. We like to say whatever you're dealing with, whatever's bringing you down, we want to get rid of it for a couple hours here on the Blaze Radio.
Hell yeah, man.
Just have some fun with it. And no matter who you are, what you are, where you are, how you are, you're more welcome here in the channel, here on these shows. MSW's in the house. MSW, one of our members. Members, feel free to throw out those emojis. You know, I got to react to them, unfortunately. And Cowboy John, one of the best supporters I know. Alex Wolf, former world champion in LTD's in the building. Big chamber match for you later on as well. Look, somebody's watching you.
Thank you, Walter.
You got the wrong CJ. That must be some other CJ. It can't be him. Speaking of, I don't care who you are, what you are, or where you are.
Oh, shit.
Nudity. Nudity. No, please don't show your nipples. No nipples. No nipple cam, please.
You called it, so I figured I'd do it. Let me put the shirt back on. But you know what?
Please.
What a great day.
You were part of the show a little bit last time. You were working, you were kicking it, making some cream. But most of us are glad you're here back for this episode.
The only one is not is that DOC, baby.
Yeah, we're waiting to bring him on to give you some shit too. So
not a problem. Hey, give a shout out to the little E out there, and CJ. I hope you're all right. But geez, oh whiz, whoever Walter Johnson is, can you give him a refund because he has never seen CJ Sensation wrestle.
Sure, Mark Caliber up in Canada, he does help some indie feds up there with commentating and
commentating. Yeah, hell yeah, man.
What you got to do. You got to bust your balls and do stuff to get your name out there. And Caliber is one of the best supporters we got. Speaking of an athletic supporter, hey Ray, how you doing, my friend?
Always good to see you, I got the sad trumpet already.
Yeah, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good, boys. A lot of stuff going on this week. A lot of rumors afloat. Yeah. It's good to have E back as a full part of the show, even though I'm probably going to tell him to shut up 83 times.
Yeah, we got to have the other side of the coin. Like, we all get along pretty well, and then there's E.
And I just want to point out, for those of you not paying any attention, from here on out, I will be known as Muff Flanagan.
Oh.
That is my new gimmick. I'm stealing it from being the Elite.
I'm good. Oh, I didn't watch this week's yet.
I feel that name is just so
Muff Flanagan, that's a good one.
There's Firestar. Excellent gimmick name.
Hey, look, Walter says he's just kidding now about how good is CJ Sensation wrestling is.
Well, Walter,
speaking of being an announcer,
as soon as I get this shoulder repaired,
the doc.
Oh, here we go.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Here we go.
Now the party can start because the doc's in the building. How you doing, Doc?
I'm good, man. Just
Doc was pinching one off, so he showed up a little late. So
more like trying to get this computer updated.
You were taking it easy.
We all know about the trials and tribulations of dealing with computers and shit like that.
Yeah, he still has dial-up over there.
Oh, AOL.com. Sure, I got
I still have fucking AOL.
You are old enough to have an AOL. I bet you have the snapshot.
That's my fucking
AOL.com.
It is CJ Sensation at AOL.
What's your ICQ number?
Fuck, dude, I totally forgot about that.
You just aged out 90% of it.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Oh, we got people piling in here now. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Hit the thumbs up. Share it to your friends. We're going to get right into our first segment, so we'll be right back here with segment number 1. I don't know why, but that song always makes me want to play drums for some reason. Make some sense of it. We're going to do it this way. Believe it or not, I'm going to shut up for most of this and let you guys just kind of banter. We're going to try to keep this in within an hour. It's hard to talk to you guys only for an hour because it's just a lot of fun, you know. So we'll go as long as we can go. That's what she said. But we're going to make some sense of it. The topic this week, well, it's something we talked about last week, and we were kind of playing it off. There's no war. It's not a big deal. Let's just be ourselves and enjoy whatever wrestling you want. But the ratings came out from the Friday Night War. The two companies went head-to-head, WWE and AEW. In the 18 to 48, 49, whatever demo, the overall was tied at 2.4. The SmackDown female demographic led in 0.16 to 0.14. For the males, the Rampage 0.34 to 0.32. Now, you may say those are small differences or whatever, but overall viewership, SmackDown had 866,000, Rampage with 578,000. And there's a difference there. 30-minute head-to-head in 18 to 49. Rampage won the head-to-head half an hour, 328,000 to 285,000. So that's a big talking point to a lot of people. I don't really buy into the ratings as much, although I understand them. But we said shouldn't be a war. Let's let them do their own thing. One's sports entertainment, one's pro wrestling. But ever since then, we've had CM Punk and Sasha Banks with the clobbering time. Sasha says it's clobbering time. Punk chimed back. We had Tony Khan's words to WWE. We had Roman Reigns' words to Tony Khan. We had Bischoff telling Tony Khan he should shut up. We have Top Dollar and the Young Bucks with the sneaker warfare. Max Caster brought it up as well. So there is people talking back and forth. There is a war happening now. They're not going to stop, it seems. My first instinct is I kind of agree with Eric Bischoff that, just keep it to yourself, do your thing, let them. But I also understand why they want to do it to each other. So we're going to let these guys go at it. Let's let Doc chime in first since he was the last here to show up. So go at it, guys. Make some sense of it.
No, it's just simple fact is this. I do agree with Bischoff. Tony Khan bragging up. He needs to stop now because look what happened when Eric Bischoff bragged about WCW. He talked a lot of crap and then WWE attacked. That's that's the thing. I think they're sitting back. As much as I hate to admit it, WWE it has something up their sleeve. I just don't know what it is yet. You just can't figure it out yet.
There's nothing up the sleeve with WWE.
No,
You
I
don't think
there's
WWE
anything
doesn't
up the
care.
sleeve?
Now, individuals within WWE,
Yeah.
I'm sure care. I'm sure the Roman Reigns and the Sasha Banks
Yep.
are paying attention to the war. Everybody's watching everybody's shows. There's no way you're not if you're a wrestling fan.
Right.
Anybody who says they're not watching WWE and they're from AEW are lying, and vice versa. Bischoff is running his mouth simply to stay in the news.
True.
To stay relevant. Yeah,
Tony Khan-
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
However,
agree
I
that.
do believe that Tony Khan should not be poking the bear.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But
Okay,
guys,
that's
you're
what I'm trying
forgetting
to say.
one big stat.
you
You're
haven't-
forgetting one big stat.
Go ahead, E.
300,000 more viewers.
I was getting to that. So you have SmackDown, which has been on the air for 20 years now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has the support of one of the biggest networks in the U.S. and Fox,
Worldwide,
even though it was on
right.
FS1. And then you have a brand new 2-year-old product with a show that's been on for 6 months.
It's almost
The fact that they
toe to
did,
toe.
the fact that they did that close on the secondary network is impressive.
Hell yeah.
But it's not something you should be puffing your chest out.
No.
That's like
No.
me beating EJ, Eric's son, in a boxing match and saying I'm the baddest mother in the world.
Yeah,
I
right.
should beat him. He's a kid. Like
Yeah.
AEW is a child in this. They are a brand new company. They are in its infancy still.
Right.
They're 3 years in, and they're
Not
going
even,
against-
I don't
live
think.
chat though. By the way, big shout
and
out
they're
to EJ
going
live
against a conglomerate that is a international media company on the same, spectrum as Disney and Fox and the NFL when it comes to name recognition.
Right.
Again, did WCW compete with WWE, years ago?
83
Absolutely.
weeks.
Absolutely, they did that, but they did so by not creating a new company out of thin air. The NWA, Mid-South Wrestling, WCW, there was still a 40-year lineage that they took into that war and already had a, huge territory and huge numbers of people that were familiar. So, like I said, I feel like all this stuff is just so premature.
Agreed.
Like, they're two complete separate products. They're two complete separate things. Now, if the wrestlers want to jab at each other, I
Let
love
'em.
that all day.
Yeah.
But
if you
when
think about it,
it's-
it's more the wrestlers than it is them, because the thing is,
when
if you
it
look
comes
at
to
it, look at
Tony
it.
Khan and stuff, just Tony has done so much stuff right.
Agreed.
He has.
Why do you want to put your foot in your mouth and say that, we're going to beat,
Yeah.
whatever?
I don't know. In the beginning, if you
No.
think
Just
about
keep-
it, look at Stone
just
Cold.
keep
Look
doing
at Stone
you.
Cold's podcast for a minute. If you think about that, when he
Jericho.
had Jericho on it,
Yeah.
he
Mhm.
legit said, we don't want competition. We just wanted to make
I
a
mean,
product.
I
make a
don't
good
agree
product.
with him saying he doesn't want competition. I mean, I think
Well,
that's
he
a
said
good
that
thing
legit right on
for
Austin's
wrestling in
podcast.
general.
Well, he
you
said
know?
that trying to be an ambassador for both, I think.
Right.
And yes, if all you're out to do is be better than WWE, then you're going to fail. Because first off, there's some things you're never going to be better than WWE at. WWE has, as I
Heritage,
said, a
LED
huge head
boards.
start.
history.
LED.
They'll never have
Wow.
more LED than
A
WWE.
non-TNT title.
Does AEW have more financial backing? Possibly. Does
Yeah.
AEW have a better product? Possibly. But does AEW have global recognition that 40 plus years? They don't.
Not yet.
And you can't have that until.
What did Vince get paid today? What did Vince get paid today to do one
There we
event?
go. The
Blood
Stuff
money.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Blood
It
money.
doesn't matter.
you.
It's money. Tony
Stuff
Khan's
Podcast.
getting the same thing, guys. Pay attention. They beat something when WWE was on FS1, not Fox.
Well, they
Yeah,
didn't.
but
beat them. That's the
who
point.
added the half an hour to their show?
WWE.
So is that poking the bear? Like, we're going to throw half an hour at you and see what happens.
Poking
So-
the bear to me.
Does that
Who
give
said
them
it this
reason-
week? Who said it this week? The reason Raw is 3 hours is money. No
Well,
other, was it JR?
I
You know,
agree
so
with
much
that,
commercials
but
in
what
3 to 2
you're
hours.
neglecting,
Right.
what you're neglecting to say anything about is that half-hour commercial-free SmackDown runover was a gimmick to get people to come to FS1 and was sponsored by a company. They were paid to run that half-hour commercial-free. So did WWE do it despite AEW? Maybe, who knows? But
It had to be
did
a
somebody
100%.
write a check to WWE and said, hey, we'll pay for this commercial-free run on FS1 because we can't afford to do it on Fox? Absolutely. That's why the half hour was done. Is somebody cut a fat-ass check.
They're not
Because
ignoring
they
each other.
Okay,
Here's
here's
ignoring each
when
other.
we're going to find out if AEW's real. All right? It's 3 years, right, that these guys have signed.
True.
Almost, yeah.
Okay, so who defects?
Jericho's what we said last time.
I don't think
who
Jericho.
defects and who says, here's the money, Vince, bring it, and I guarantee it's Jericho.
They're already building more people
The
up in
only-
NXT. I don't think they really need. But the people from WWE is going to make them want to chime in a little bit. Do you think? I mean, they're coming from a company where some of them might felt they were misused, didn't get to do things they wanted to do. Can you blame some? I'm trying to play the other side of the coin. Can you
Right. I
blame
mean,
them for wanting to jab back?
AEW, they had their creative freedom like a lot of them
Yeah, they
guys weren't
Look
getting
at
in
Bryan
WWE.
Danielson. Bryan Danielson's putting on some of the best matches of his career, and he will not say a bad word about WWE. He
He's
refuses.
a
hasn't.
mid-Carter.
Oh, you're fucking
fuck you.
high.
He's a
Yeah.
mid-Carter.
You're
Here we go.
fucking
How
high.
can you
remember
say that when
Throw the Wall
WWE
on
put the
Rotundo.
strap on him how many times?
Put a strap on him. How long do you have it?
Well, he got concussion.
Oh, so he didn't have it very long. Same way with Finn Balor. Same way. I mean, we can go on and on. They're mid-Carters. They're not taking any. As soon if a Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns or somebody big goes there, then we can talk about it.
Daniel Bryan's run as Green Champion was 8 months long. You can't say that they just took the belt.
You know,
right
the
off.
Rhodes guys, mid-Carters. Kenny Omega never made it there. Like, they're
They
mid.
wanted Kennedy Omega, and he didn't sign.
Kenny
No, I
Omega's
disagree.
one of the
They
fucking
were
best
courting
wrestlers
him.
in
Yes,
the
they
world.
were.
Do I
They
agree
were-
with the Cody Rhodes assumption? Yes.
Yes, I do
Yeah,
too.
I agree with the Cody.
Okay, on AEW, who's the main eventer?
Oh my God.
Omega,
Jericho's
Adam
still a main
Cole, MJF.
MJF.
MJF, how many times he wrestled this year?
Who?
He doesn't
Punk?
have to wrestle.
He doesn't
His
have
work
to.
is better than
All you have
anybody
to do is
else.
give him a microphone.
Yeah, he comes out and talks.
Okay,
and
so that's what
you
you're
get a
interested
reaction.
in. Then you guys are lying right there. You're not interested in entertainment, but give MJF the microphone.
No. That is not what
Now,
is
if you
being
look at the
said.
head-to-head, what did they have head-to-head against each other? And I was watching both programs, and what I saw was an electric crowd on AEW and
Yeah.
just a regular, normal crowd.
You
on-
don't need to be an electric crowd in WWE. They're selling out just as well. They're going to
But
sell
the
out.
people
They're
want
not.
electricity.
They're
They
not
are
selling out.
That is 100% wrong, E.
Yes.
I hate to jump on you.
I want a live crowd.
I am of the mindset that this is not a competition that AEW can win at this point. However,
Yeah.
WWE, when it comes to live ticket sales, is being outsold by a smaller company.
No, they're
It's
smaller
the same
venues.
venue.
Smaller
No,
venues.
bullshit.
Smaller
Bullshit.
Look where they are in Chicago. They're at a smaller venue. They're not at the United Center.
That's
They're
because
not the United Center,
WWE
but they
has
also don't have-
exclusive
Oh, because
contracts.
WWE has an exclusive contract to sell that building out, which is bigger because they have more money.
And
Another
it's
point is if
parked
you look
off,
at some,
bro.
and JW has it said
Parked
right here, you
off.
see some of those shows lately, there's a lot of empty seats in some of these
Oh, yeah.
If you
shows.
want to talk numbers, the last Chicago United Center show for WWE was like 7,800 fans.
There you go.
Swear to God, look it up. This is
Your
common
own
enough.
son said you're wrong.
Yeah,
7,800
EJ
fans.
giving it to give it to me. We gotta put
Yeah,
EJ on
EJ,
here.
let him know what's
AEW
up.
sold the Sears Center out with 11,000 fans. That's a third more fans than WWE drew in a building 3 times the size. They are going head to head 1 week apart from each other in New Jersey in like a month. At this point, WWE has sold 3,500 tickets. AEW has sold over 7,000. WWE this week actually dropped ticket prices to now from $30 in the upper decks to $15 in the upper decks because they're being out fucking sold by AEW.
You don't think
AEW.
You don't think that
you
Vince knows what the hell he's doing. You don't think that Vince is going to squash this.
I
Well,
never
it's-
said that. However,
this-
I don't think that Vince has nearly as much to do with the day-to-day operations as you think he does.
JW Caliber, right which one they outsold in the same arena. I dare you.
Nick Khan is running WWE right now.
Into the fucking
Vince
ground.
Vince might be running.
He's not. He's doing it to sell.
To sell, yeah, we agree. We
Sell.
all agree on
Sell.
that. There's one thing
Sell.
we
What,
all agree
Disney?
on. Yeah,
Damn
probably.
straight. It's either going to Disney or Comcast.
So
You
the
know
thing
that
is-
as well as I do.
This
I
argument
do
is not
wholeheartedly
going
believe
away.
that as well.
I agree with EJ. Just put another good comment. Vince will buy AEW.
Not a chance.
How much did your dad pay you to say that?
Yeah. What Disney trip are you going on this week?
On Toasted behind the camera.
But no, you guys know that as well as I do. WWE will be owned by Apple or Disney.
Yeah, and they're not going anywhere, man. This is going to go on for a while. I really don't think AEW.
I don't think either company is going anywhere. I don't think. All I'm saying is,
you don't think it's going to be taken. You don't think it's going to be taken over by Stephanie or Shane?
AEW runs the risk of what ECW.
No, I don't think WWE wasn't ever in Arthur Ashe. That was the first wrestling show.
No, they were in Bork phase.
AEW runs the risk of what happened to ECW. ECW was a small company with a huge following, all this groundswell, and they worried too much about trying to compete with WWE instead of being their own product, and it ultimately killed them because they couldn't afford the production value, they couldn't afford everything, and it killed them. Now, can AEW afford to? Most likely. However, should they? No.
Well, Daddy can.
They need to tunnel vision, and if you know Tony Khan's net worth, not even talking about Sean's, Tony Khan's worth about $500 million on his own.
If you think about it, guys, it's not really a war.
Shad Khan's worth about $10 billion.
Can Ray?
Go ahead, Doc.
Shut up, Doc.
All I'm gonna say is this: if you think about it, guys, it's not really a war unless they're talking about each other on TV, actually, and none of them are actually doing that.
They won't.
Max Caster kind of blew it. Well, it was on a dark, I think, where he said, I'm gonna beat these guys like we did on Wednesday nights.
Oh, did he really?
He literally said NXT.
Unless AEW moves Dynamite to Monday,
his gimmick's not.
It's not a
He's always going to do that.
I love Max Caster.
He's a war.
He's
it's only a war.
He's an American treasure.
So that's good.
Edge call out the revival.
Kind of war, maybe.
No.
Well, it's evolved a little bit since last time we talked about it. You
Edge
guys
did not
agree
call
with
out
that.
the revival.
Yeah, he called them by their real names.
He called them by their real names in the storyline because they're his legit best friends. They
Right.
live in the same neighborhood.
The one trained with Edge for his comeback.
That's the kind of stuff, though, like that little Edge callback is the thing to the smart fans that I think is awesome. Whenever, like, they get something passed on either one where they call out to the other one. The same thing with the Max Caster comment. I love stuff like that. And if Top Dollar want to argue with the Young Bucks online about shoe game and shit, absolutely. That's
maybe he should stick to,
I called that way before they did. Those shoes were bogus.
He has a diss track.
Top Dollar is
making
gonna
diss
get
tracks
him.
on each
Yeah,
other.
maybe Top Dollar should stick to, harassing legends
Those
about
shoes,
clothes.
guys, you don't understand. Those shoes are $15,000 shoes. Like, they're fake as fuck. There's not that many of them.
You do know Matt Jackson got beat for $7,000 Nike Dior's.
Yeah.
They stole him out of his bag.
Someone stole him out of,
That's what you get for buying shoes that much. So the bottom line
he
is,
bought a second pair. So
it's not going away. There's going to be jabs back and forth. We got two companies that are trying to get their little digs in.
Like I said, the worker jabs are great. I think that's what should happen. I think they should go at it. Yep. Where I think the line needs to be drawn is AEW needs to show the same level of corporate responsibility. WWE is never going to acknowledge AEW. No, not on commentary. They're not going to acknowledge them on, like in the trades or what you will. You're never going to hear Nick Khan talking about them as competition or anything because they don't want to bring it to there.
Is Tony Khan too overconfident already?
You don't want
to worry about his own company.
My God, damn it!
It's
Windy.
Shut up.
I'm just saying. God damn, let's talk. What I'm trying to say is this: it's the Shivani curse. Nobody wants to screw anybody here. You do the Shivani curse, you know what happens. Click. Oh, I mean, I know they're on the same night, but just think about it for a minute, man. Think about it. When Shivani did that to Foley and said, oh, yeah, that'll put butts in the seat, what happened? Everybody's like, Mankind won the belt. Holy shit. Click.
Yeah, but Shivani's went on record numerous times as saying that was a line fed to him directly from Eric Bischoff.
And
not surprised.
Yeah. Not at all.
So basically, it sounds like a topic we will be addressing in the future. And I think, like we said, competition in a good way is healthy. Let's do it.
Well,
little jabs.
You say that real quick. Hold on. What did Vince do to MLW this week, though? He don't want competition that way. He blocked them from joining Peacock as a streaming service.
Oh, I did hear about that too.
That was a Nick Khan move, though, not a Vince move.
I did hear about that too. And they're going to watch who they associate with. They're going to watch who they hire because, like we said, we all kind of agree it's going to be a sale at some point to some conglomerate.
Sooner than later.
All right, so let's get on to the next one. This one should be a little bit of fun. Once again, we're going to change it up, but here. All right, now it's almost that time of the year, Halloween, and stick around, you guys. We got some special things to talk about later on at the end of the show, so don't go anywhere. Stick around. But his contract is about up, the 90-day clause or whatever. So our 2 cents is going to turn into our 3 cents, and I think we're each going to pick. I'm going to get 3 you guys to kind of dispute this, argue the point on where Wyndham Rotunda will end up. Obviously, I think Easy wants to take the WWE angle, so we'll let him sell that one. CJ, you want to sit back with me and let these 3 argue?
Have at it.
Or do you want a piece of it? Let me know.
I mean, I'm saying AEW is
Impact.
the best option.
All right, so we'll let Ray do Impact. Doc, which one are you feeling?
Honestly, I believe it or not, I'm gonna touch the ground because hell froze over. I think he's gonna go to WWE.
I'm bowing out of this.
He's
one.
going back.
You 3 have at
Hang
it.
back with me for a second.
Yeah.
I'll let DJ argue it first.
Let me give both my sides though. Like
Okay,
what I'm going to say is I'm going to give you my opinion on both why he maybe go to WWE and why he might go to AEW, and hell, I'll even throw it in there why he might go to Impact. So go ahead. Do you 2 start your stuff and
All right,
I'll chime in when I can.
I hope your dog bites your fucking nose again.
We heard it the last time we talked about this before. So, and E had a good point. Because he's well known there, he could easily show back up. Everything's in line. So, Easy E, why is Wyndham Rotundo going to show up back in WWE?
Well, you started the first segment with it. It's very simple. Ratings. And what do you see? Oh, my God, here comes Wyndham Rotunda with a new name, new gimmick, new everything. They just really they said they're going to blow up Alexa again and make her pretty. So it's a perfect time for Wyndham Rotunda to return as the savior of worlds or eater of worlds and do his stupid gimmick. He's still terrible in the ring, but the gimmick is really good. Let's face it, the gimmick is really good. So if he turns it into a horror gimmick, which Doc will love, because we know he loves horror stuff, he turns it into
horror, not with a W, horror, but horror. Okay, good.
No, it's CJ that loves the horrors.
Boom.
But it's there, and it's all about ratings. And Vince sees the writing on the wall. He has to, And who's the name out there that you can get very easily? Oh, we'll throw $1 million back at him. Maybe his mental health is back. Maybe he's not fat anymore. He actually got in shape, and we're actually going to do this run the correct way.
Okay, and last time you said that, it did get me thinking as well, and I'm thinking that is a possibility.
But they'll never do that run the right way.
He took his leave, and now it could come back. So, and Doc has a good point too as well. It could easily happen because he's established there. It's all in line just to bring it back, and would surprise the shit out of a lot of wrestling marks that are out there who were sold on it. Now, I'm really interested on the Impact take. So go ahead, Ray. Let us know why he's going to Impact.
All right, the reason that I believe he's going to Impact, if you look at AEW's landscape right now with the recent defections of Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, CM Punk, you have a very crowded upper mid card and main event scene there. So a smart person such as I believe Wyndham Rotunda to be, he knows the business. We know how creative he is going to look at that and say, like, where do I slot in here? You already have you have the Dark Order. He doesn't want to come in and be the Dark Order leader because then he's walking in Brody's shoes. He doesn't want to come in line with Malachi Black because they have nothing going on. However, when you look at Impact, that is a company with money to spend right now. They have been reinvesting in talent and signing bigger people here recently. They've just signed a new TV contract that's going to be giving them quite a bit more money. So how do they make a splash? You bring in Rotunda, you give him creative control over his character, not his finishes, but you let him be him. Big Red's still out there, Eric Rowan, Adam Shearer, they're in negotiations with right now as well. You give him his Wyatt family back, but let him do it his way this time. And to me, I think Rotunda being a third-generation wrestler and seeing how the WWE machine worked for him, the stuff that's happened, WWE just fired his father recently. I think he's going to go more towards the creative freedom to reestablish himself versus maybe a better monetary offer from AEW. But I on the same token, I think he signs a short-term deal, maybe 2 years.
I heard people
talking about
argue
him
the
again
Impact
shortly.
thing, saying why would he want to go to a smaller audience because they're
Moose.
still in. They're not really going any big arenas or anything. So I kind of get that too. But that's a great thing. It does sway the talking
fish in a
towards
small
Impact
pond,
if he
man.
goes there. Good, Doc.
He's been a small fish in a huge pond forever, where he's been passed over. You know, they've given him the belt, then they stop his push. They give him the belt, then Goldberg spears him into fucking oblivion.
He could be the headliner, the man who takes Impact to another
this
level.
could be his company, basically. They could be offering him the moon and the stars and saying, you be you and we'll build around you. And to a guy who's toiled away in the WWE for years and never really had that push, he's always been start, stop, pushed. I mean, that to me is why it just feels like that's where he's going to show up. Doc?
Good.
All right, here's the thing with Impact, and I'll just start it off piggybacking off of Ray. The simple fact is, if he were to go to Impact, think about this. He could go wrestle for AEW. I mean, if you think about it, Impact kind of has that switcheroo talent. The Good Brothers. Look what they're doing. I mean, Christian. Hell, Christian's their champ. I think is Christian still their champion.
Sorry. They haven't used it as much as they did at first, but there is still that connection.
But yeah, what I'm saying is anybody could show up on anybody's show when it comes to this. I mean, look at Don Callis for God's
WWE.
Besides WWE source. Here's another thing though. Here's another fun fact. Is the simple fact is if he goes to AEW, he can go to Impact. I mean, he can go to New Japan. He can go anywhere, and he can just wrestle wherever he wants. Now, WWE, however, there's that prestige. There's that that homegrown talent, which was Bray Wyatt. He was there. The simple fact is this: the Rotundo name is cemented in WWE legacy. I mean, look at Mike. Look at Mike Rotundo. Look what he's done. He was tag team champion with Barry Wyndham. Hold up. All I'm saying is this: everybody knows that's Mike's kid. That's all there is to it. Here's where I'm going out with this one. The simple fact is Vince can push a button. We've all seen it. And then, boom, there's an explosion. So he says, okay, AEW got me again. They got me against the ropes. They got me going there. Wait a minute. He, puts up the call and he goes, hey, Bray, you want to hear some good shit? And then Bray goes, yeah. And then he goes, well, those 2 zeros, put about 3 more in front of them. And Bray goes, that's about 15 more pairs of Jordans I could buy and more. So at that simple fact, boom, there's that button. Vince goes, okay, wait. Tony's talking shit again. Click. And then boom. There he is. He appears again. But I did hear one thing that I will say negatively towards WWE is this. The simple fact is, there was some rumors going around, and of course, the dirt sheets went nuts with it. The fact that Bray Wyatt and Vince really clashed. They butted heads. They didn't get along. And they said that Bray was becoming hard to work with.
Yep, true.
The simple fact that Bray was trying to stick up for himself and say, come on, man.
I say good for him trying to stick up for himself.
That is a good point.
I'm not saying that either. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, CJ. All I'm saying to you is this. When you are such a monster and you're just terrorizing everybody, and it takes so much just to knock the man down, he walks into Saudi Arabia with the belt and here comes, he gets beat by a senior citizen.
But it's all about the money, and that was
all the Prince's booking. I know the Prince wanted to watch whatever. I mean, the man wanted to see the Iron Sheik for God's sakes, and some people that were dead.
I just want to hear him on the mic one more time on TV.
Hey, can I call somebody out though? Let me call somebody out in the chat. Good. Somebody said this, and I'm going to call him out. I can't believe that Impact is still around, or something of that name. Monstar Sports. Really? Have you not watched it? Like, Moose is amazing. If you've not seen Moose is the most underrated talent out there. So that's why
they're on the shelf right now. I think Callahan's on the shelf right now.
It doesn't matter. He was there. He's still there.
He can still talk. He can still talk.
He's still doing great things.
They do have a lot of talent that doesn't get enough time to shine. So, like Ray said, you throw a Bray in there, and maybe he can help lift some of those names up. Ray versus anybody is a top tier match right now. If it's Impact,
in my mind, WWE, Impact, AEW.
Oh, you're
the
high.
The thing
again.
about WWE, no matter what, the thing about WWE is Bray's already given them gold.
Yeah.
And they
original Bray
fucking
Wyatt
threw it
Year
down the
World
shitter.
characters with the fireflies and singing "We Got the Whole World in Our Hands" was gold. WWE ruined it.
Tornado warning. Yay.
Then he changed and went to the Fiend and the Firefly Funhouse. WWE
God.
ruined it.
I don't want to
So-
give E any flash, but there you go.
Literally, if you're Bray Wyatt and you've given gold like these times, and you've watched WWE bastardize it and change it.
Mm-hmm.
Wally?
Is the money that important at this point?
I don't think it is to him.
And you have to realize that Bray was at WWE for what, 10 years?
He's probably
I'm
set.
sure he's pretty
so
well
he doesn't.
financially,
Yeah.
financially set there. And from what I've heard, Impact is offering real money. We're not talking about like the Impact contracts of old where guys are making $40,000 and told to go do the indies or whatever. Like I've heard that it's in the $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 a year range to work a quarter of WWE's schedule, and there's no way they don't give him creative. Like they're not going to give him They're not going to give him Hogan creative freedom, or the finger poke of doom. But they're going to let him be the character he wants to be.
I missed the AJ and the Kurt Angle and the Samoa Joe times of TNA Impact, man. I enjoyed that time.
Yeah, it was good.
I will tell you, man, Impact has been putting on a hell of a show. I don't know how much people are really watching it right now because of the TV thing's getting a little hard.
Because we're live.
But they've been putting on a
We're
hell
live,
of a
buddy.
show.
But yeah, it's a hot topic. So whenever we have our next show, we're going to revisit it because at that time, hopefully, Wyndham Rotundo will be on a show. It seems like he's still tweeting and sending out some cryptic messages. So it seems like he wants back in. It's just a matter of where, how, and when.
Yeah.
Are we also forgetting that Braun Strowman is Bray Wyatt's kid's godfather?
Yeah, and that's
what
what Ray
I'm
mentioned,
saying.
that connection with him, Adam Scher, and over there in Impact, which could make
I
sense. With
just
your boys.
listened to.
I never thought of the Dark Order thing. Like he wouldn't want to be there in the shadow of Brody. Like
And
everyone
Eric
seems to
Rowan
be
is
saying
out
that.
there as well. And Eric Rowan has had talks with Impact in the last 6 months. I haven't heard anything recent, but I did hear a few months ago they were talking to him. And just this is just one little point here. Matt Cardona.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Matt Cardona, 10 years in WWE, stop pushing bullshit. As soon as he goes to Impact, he's the best heel they got.
We're going to touch base on him in one of our 6 cents. So great lead in, Ray. We're going to get to our final 6 senses here. All right, so we've had some hot topics, the little AEW, WWE talk, the Wyndham Rotunda talk. So I want to give CJ to Mike here a little bit. We talked about the Super Indie before, and you can tell us a little bit of what happened on that show. I'm really anxious. I saw the tweets and stuff. Some people were really hype about it. So could you give us a little bit of review?
Cole Carter is your new Super Indie champion and the youngest Super Indie champion ever. A lot of people may have seen him appear on some AEW Darks and Elevations. The kid, he has it all. He's got the look. He has the talent. I mean, I think it's only a matter of time before he's signed. His match with M-Dog, Matt Cross, was my favorite match of the night, to be honest with you. And he had a match with Alex Hammerstone. That dude, let me tell you what, is a fucking beast, man. And the finals against Anthony Green, coming off of him just being in NXT, that was also a hell of a match. A good triple threat deal he had going on that night. And kudos to Cole Carter, one hell of a guy, man.
That's
CJ,
awesome.
did you have the honor of raising that hand?
I refed all 3 of his matches that night.
That's awesome.
Shout out to CJ.
Cole Carter is more deserving than anything to have that. belt.
Absolutely.
I mean, to have that prestige of the Super Indie moniker. It's just
and
simple
he's
fact
got
is
the
he's
talent,
awesome.
man.
Just an amazing guy all the way around. Just attitude wise, work ethic wise.
Yeah.
Cole Carter is where it's at.
He's a thoroughbred, like his moniker says. He's a thoroughbred, man. He's got it all.
And if
I
you
can't
missed
wait
our
to-
last show, we talked about all the Super Indie tournaments. We went all the way back to the beginning and covered some of the big names that have been through there. So if anyone in the chat missed it, check the last WrestleSense podcast. That is a historic tournament, folks. If you
CJ, how much did you pay Walter?
I haven't paid him anything. Thanks, buddy.
But at the same time, I'd be remiss not to bring up Doc and RWA. They had Bloody Harvest. I caught a little bit of the post show, and it seems like you were having some fun with Rev Ron Hunt and the guys.
Yeah, we were having a good time for the post show. We just went with no planning or anything. Just had a good time with that one. We just had some fun. It was a good night. I mean, I was really shocked of how many people actually was there, and it's not towards that. It's just what competing against Super Indy. Like I said, RWA, we still had a good 200 people.
Good,
a lot of people did show up, and it was really cool because there was some great wrestling in both, in the area of Pittsburgh that day, and great triple threat match.
Was AEW live at night too? Was that a?
That was Saturday
it was a Dynamite
night.
Yeah, trust me, I heard it the whole way home from a 7-year-old. Saying, come on, let's get home. Come on. I'm like,
I mean, wrestling fans to
an hour later though,
big show and to go into an indie show instead. That means you got a great following over there in RWA. Big mad respect.
Yeah, we do. Like I said, but I'll just say this: he said it an hour later, he was like in the back seat, so I didn't have to worry to watch it till one day. J-Rock actually retained his title. It actually had an impromptu triple threat match.
Give it up one time, Daddy.
Give it up one time, Daddy.
There you go.
And, hey, J-Rock's a great guy, man. I enjoy my time with him, man. He's actually taught me a lot. He'll critique the commentary.
He's got a great mind. He's got a great mind for
It's crazy how long he's been wrestling too, man.
Yeah.
However, you call me long-winded. Jesus.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
If that man gets on a roll,
listen.
Hours.
If J-Rock is cutting a promo, you got time to have a fucking kid.
It was.
We need to get Church on here one time, Doc.
I've talked to him already. I've talked to him. I got a couple people in the works that I was going to bring up to you soon.
Cool.
There,
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Like I said, it was a good matchup. We actually had some hiccups. Unfortunately, O'Shea Edwards had an emergency and could not make it, so J-Rock had to take his title and go against Daniel Weed and Impact's own Diener.
Cody Daner.
It was insane match, and it was amazing. Just those three just went to town, balls to the wall. It was amazing. Crash Jackson defeated JBL in a not triple threat match. Sorry, fall or so 2 out of 3 falls match.
Don't you talk for a living?
Wait, JBL?
Yeah, don't you eat?
He doesn't get shit from his friends while
I'm
he's
doing
talking
well,
on
my job.
RWA, though. Well, maybe you do a little bit, unless you call them your friends. But definitely the indie scene is still booming around here.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Hi, Lisa.
Ecstatic that the
hi,
pandemic hasn't really affected indie wrestling. I mean, we've drawn consistent crowds, as I'm sure RWA has since they've come back. So thankful for all the great fans in the southwestern Pennsylvania area.
Oh, it was Eric?
Yeah, and Eric, fuck off.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. She said, Eric, you're fine. Doc, fuck off. Apparently Lisa's Team E. My wife is Team E.
Oh,
Fuck her too. All right, so
yeah, Doc, continue, my friend.
no, I'm done. Like I said, it was a great night. Let's go.
All around, I think.
Yep.
So,
but think about this: 5 miles. What are they? 5 miles apart, and we had 400 fans watching indie wrestling.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not sure our numbers. It may, and this isn't a knock at RWA at all. I want to say we were closer to 350. I could be wrong, but needless to say, like you said, within a couple 10-15 minutes of each other, you got multiple hundreds of fans watching indie wrestling. That's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right, so we covered that. The next thing, and we did talk a little bit about Impact, but what I did find out, and I looked a little bit into it, and I'm not as well versed on Impact as other people are as well, because they got a show right now while we're doing our thing, number one. But their digital media championship was their television championship they announced. The tournament is intergender, and they got women fighting matches, they got men fighting matches. And I looked at kind of the brackets and who's lined up, and it really looks like, and a lot of the reports were kind of saying the same thing, and we were talking about him before, that Matt Cardona is going to end up fighting Chelsea Green for that title.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. He's losing on purpose, too.
And I read that as well.
He was late at home, okay?
Wouldn't you?
Yes.
Chelsea.
That's
She's a
Impact
smoke
doing
show.
something you're not going to see anywhere else. I mean, you'll see some intergender type fights other places, but that's something. It sounds like they want to make some noise. They want to make some waves. They want to get people talking. So.
Well, it's something they've been doing. I mean, Tessa Blanchard, held their Impact World Title, beating Sami Callihan. They've not shied away from that. I mean, Jordan Grace has wrestled men there in AEW or in Impact.
She probably beats half their asses.
Well, I mean, Jordan Grace is a beast, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure John Gresham knows all about that.
Sure does.
So I think that's enough to make people. It made me more interested just to know that they're doing something a little different. You got the ladies, you got the guys fighting, and pretty much seems like they're going to have an intergender match for the belt at the end. And if it's those two against each other,
it's one of those things where I think
cool.
people are going to be very split on. Some fans are going to love that aspect and agree with that. And you are going to.
Sure, they are, Riley.
Some of those loyalists that.
I agree.
That's great.
I hope we get video.
There's a belt in my hand. That was an amazing comment.
Right.
I think
trained by the amazing Red, good old Riley.
To kind of go off of what Ray said, I think if done right, the intergender thing can be freaking amazing.
Yeah, it really can. I mean, and some
I've actually called a couple of those matches, and they're interesting. I'll tell you that they're interesting.
I don't think we'll ever see that in WWE though.
Wait, Doc, you called an intergender match?
Yes, I've called an intergender match.
That's pretty cool. Like, in all honesty, that's pretty cool because you're right. You don't see it anywhere. We first started talking about it at ECW when Dreamer was started pile driving everybody.
Yeah.
And then it went away for how long? I mean, ECW was on for how long?
It's surprising that it's not getting as much backlash as it is with this new woke
cancel culture,
and all that shit. Yeah, there was an article I didn't get to read today, but there was an article about how AEW is handling the cancel culture stuff, and I didn't get to read it yet. I want to make sure to go back to read it because it sounds like Cody. It was Cody's article for the most part, and telling them how they're going to handle it because that's a big deal right now. You got to watch
it. It is, unfortunately.
You can get one person in trouble. Your top guy is now a racist, sexist, idiot, pedophile.
I mean, look what happened to Max Caster. I mean,
yeah,
where his
cars in it.
And that might be the
look what happened.
Pulled him away for a while, let it die out, and brought him back.
Yeah,
Ric Flair was on. He was on national commercials, getting ready to be probably brought into AEW, and then something surfaces that happened 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And
no one really knows what happened except the people that were actually there.
People are talking.
But now we know about it because of a TV show.
Right.
Yeah, people are talking about boycotting AEW if they sign Ric Flair.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those deals where like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like,
right.
There's nobody that hasn't said a sexist comment or something that could be skewed racially or religious.
Yeah, any type of insensitive comment.
I mean, the thing is with Max Caster, though, if you think about it, he really didn't get canceled. He just got punished.
Yeah.
Right.
Dreamer, Flair, those are the ones that got canceled.
I don't know if Dreamer's gotten canceled. He's not been on Busted Open, but
they removed him.
He did make an apology, which was the right thing to do. You got to come out and make an apology right away. Now, a lot of people discredited that apology, like, oh, he's just doing it to do it. But no. Then the other people were saying he should apologize.
I've met Tommy Dreamer and I've worked with him. That was a sincere apology.
And honestly, I think that entire thing was blown out of proportion.
Agreed.
And I might get canceled for saying this.
That's
literally all he said was if she felt that strongly about it and that's legit what happened, then why did she take the money? Why didn't she prosecute?
They will twist words. That's the perfect example.
In my eyes, all he was saying is in his opinion.
And not only that, how was that edited? Probably wasn't exactly the whole entire statement that he made, and they chopped it into.
And there's no time frame. Look at John Gruden. There's
no time frame. Yeah, but John Gruden's a different story, man.
Yeah, John Gruden was an asshole.
And legit, anybody as a character witness for Tommy Dreamer that has met him.
Yeah.
I've had limited interactions with Tommy, but I've met Tommy on a few occasions. And anybody you've talked to that works with him or knows him, everyone will vouch for the fact.
I have nothing but good things to say about him.
The guy one of the nicest guys in the business.
The guy booked me when I was on frickin' house arrest.
Wow.
True story. I refereed the House of Hardcore show with a frickin' ankle monitor.
Hey, is that Allie?
Cancel you.
Hi, Allie.
All right,
Everybody said hi.
so we had a lot of great topics that we talk about what's going on in wrestling right now. NXT has Halloween Havoc. We're talking about Halloween. Halloween Havoc's coming up. Ciampa versus Breakker. The NXT women are having a Stairway to Hell ladder match. We got spinning in the wheel between Gonzalez and Mandy Rose and MSK and Imperium. I'm hoping Halloween Havoc can be a good show. Chucky is a guest. LA Knight's the host. We have the G1 Climax going on right now. I did see Ibushi broke his arm today. So that was pretty crazy. He jumped off the top rope and he got a broken arm. So I didn't get to catch up on everything that happened in the G1, but I do want to catch up on that. What I do want to talk a little bit about, and we touched it a little bit before the show started, and some people may not see it, so we won't get into total details and spoilers, but Crown Jewel today was a great show. I'll give it credit. I enjoyed it from start to finish. There wasn't a lot of backstage fluff. There wasn't a lot of bullshit. It was fighting almost all show.
Like I said, all I've seen so far is the Hell in a Cell, and it was a phenomenal match.
I'm halfway through it, and then I turned it off because I told Bo.
So the Hell in a Cell was like Hell in a Cell and TLC wrapped into one. Edge and Seth put on one hell of a match.
It was.
Can we call it now? Is Seth Rollins the best worker WWE's got?
He's up there. He's got to be one of the best.
He's one of the top. He's one of the top three.
He's
top five. Top five.
Him and Edge, I'd like to see Edge get a title run before he retires to what he's been doing. He deserves something, even if it's an Intercontinental US or something.
I mean, he looks like he's in the best goddamn shape of his life.
Yes, he does.
He looks amazing.
But he also looks old, too.
Yeah, at the same time.
He is.
It's like CM Punk with the gray hair.
Yeah.
You know they could fix that. They probably want him to look like that grizzled old veteran. You know what I mean? I think they want that look. Think about it for a minute.
Got a lot of people are saying how they really liked that the show today. I enjoyed it. It was really good.
Someone said AJ Styles #1. I don't disagree, but I don't think he's being used properly.
No, he's not.
That's his offspring. Okay,
the namesake. So, I mean, if you haven't seen Crown Jewel, I think you should check it out. I mean, and that's speaking from someone who normally leans towards AEW anymore. And I was really entertained with it today. I wish they would do a lot more. There were some surprises, things I didn't think. We have a king and a queen now, which we're kind of.
I'm not real happy with the king.
Yeah.
Why?
Fuck
because
you.
all we did was hand three guys the crown jewel.
And he called his shot the whole way, so I thought that was going to be a swerve and give it to someone else.
I did too. I really
poor Finn Balor, man. Ugh.
They keep putting Balor down.
AEW bound, maybe.
I'd be okay with that.
I'd like to see him
go
to
Japan,
who's
getting
actually.
Screwed out of that hole out of everybody in WWE right now. I'll say it, and you guys can laugh at me if you want. Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, I agree.
He always
Ziggler.
Corbin too.
How about Dolph? That's a little bit of a spoiler, but I got to mention the fact
one of the top three. Yeah, I would say
that Riddle came down
Ziggler,
to the ring in a fucking camel.
What? I like Riddle. I think Riddle's
a camel down to the ring. It was hilarious. It was.
I bet you he was high as fuck.
All the tweets were Riddle's riding high
on a camel.
And Zelina the queen and Xavier Woods the king. If I spoiled it, sorry for your luck. Suck a dick and go watch it. It was a good show.
Wow.
So
wow, yeah, like geez, dude.
Wait. No, nobody expected Zelina. Really? Why do you think she re-signed?
That's talking Monstar. He has posted Zelina all over his walls and stuff in Chelsea Green.
Everybody expected her. I mean, Dewdrop, whatever the hell you want to call her.
Piper Niven, damn it.
Yeah, Piper Niven.
It's not happening. She's not the queen. You knew that way before the beginning of this whole tournament.
I really wanted Shayna to get it just because the queen is. I really wanted
that would have been awesome.
Why
are we agreeing today?
I wanted long live the queen. Long live the queen, baby, is what I wanted.
I don't know. Not really. No, I agree. I do agree with Griner. Like, yeah, I really would like to have seen Liv get farther in that tournament. I think everybody's getting behind Liv. She's becoming like the new female Daniel Bryan in a way. And I'll say it because everybody is all about Liv.
I love
Tony Storm too. I love Tony Storm.
Oh, love me some.
I'd like to see Liv.
My boy was all about her too, and then he messed that up. I ain't gonna get into that. Santana, love you, brother.
Yeah.
We got one more topic. I got a little interesting way to introduce it. So we'll be right back with our final topic. Stay tuned, folks. It's that time of the year.
How do you know my name? I didn't tell you my name.
Hang up.
I didn't tell him my name.
They're all a part of it. They're all parts, all of them. Whatever you do, don't fall asleep. I'm afraid!
Don't be afraid!
No. Be afraid. be very afraid.
I didn't mean to startle you.
That's all right.
You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
Every nightmare you ever had. I am your worst dream come true. I'm everything you ever were afraid of.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
They are not men, monsieur. They are dead bodies. Dead. Zombies. The living dead. We'll tear your soul apart.
God, it knows I'm here.
They're coming to get you.
They're here.
Oh, now that's scary. Look at that guy. I wanted to scare you guys, so I figured I'd come. So Halloween is here. It's coming very shortly. We probably won't be live next week, so it could be after Halloween. So I figured maybe we should have dressed up. Maybe we shouldn't have. Who cares? But Chucky is back on TV on Tuesday nights. I'm enjoying it. I kind of like it. And Halloween Kills, I loved it as well. I gotta
both
start
of
with
those too.
Doc. Doc is the horror king here for the chat. So
he is.
Doc, give us your spin on those two, my friend.
I love the Chucky, and I'll tell you why I love the TV show Chucky. The fact is that Don Mancini, man, he took his life story and threw it into Chucky, and the reason being is Don Mancini, you know, is he's homosexual, and he was dealing with a dad who didn't accept him. He was dealing with people torturing him in school. And, you know, he put his life and put his suffering into this Chucky show. And Chucky's actually, it seems like they're making Chucky a face. It seems like in this movie because he's trying to help the kid. Yeah, in the wrong manner. Don't get me wrong. But like with the bullies that are being created in this TV show, you want to see these fucking kids get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a woman, there's a girl on there, and she did probably because I don't want to ruin the show for anybody, but she did one of the most heinous things. She did one of the most heinous things you could ever imagine to the lead character who Chucky's actually trying to help. And honest to God, I hope the little bitch gets it. Now let's go to Halloween Kills. Honest to God, I hope he cuts her throat.
You know what
off.
I'm like?
I hope he uses her esophagus for a
There's a lot of
fleshlight.
F words.
Honest to God.
A lot on Chucky and everything. I mean, it's not for kids, and it's very timely, like you're saying.
Listen, here's what I'm most shocked about Halloween Kills.
Okay, go ahead.
Kenny fucking Powers. Wrote the damn thing.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
And the Mad TV dude.
Oh, Big John and Little John.
Yeah, Big John and Little John were great in that movie.
All I gotta say is, me and Ray was watching it. We watched it at the theaters again. When we saw it, we just went, "No, look what I could do." You know, I mean, we were. Yeah. Yes, there's a belt in my hand. I'm using wrestling terms for horror movies. Get over it.
Big John
But-
looked like Matt Hardy on a bender.
What? Yes.
A lot of death in Halloween Kills. I mean, through the whole thing, it's a mean Mikey. We had Billy and Chuck back in the day. Now we got Chuck and Mikey.
But he was so pissed. I mean, you
like
think about
Halloween
it. He got locked.
Kills a lot. I didn't like the go home spot, but I understand why it was how it
a lot
was.
of evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight.
The only
That was
issue I have with it,
overkill. That was a little overkill.
the only issue I had with it was them trying to put the social undertone of, you know, like that a misdirected mob can be dangerous and blah blah blah. Whenever
the evil dies tonight.
It was a great visual
Yeah, I didn't
for
get
the
that.
ending.
You know what, Ray?
to
You know what
set
I
up
got
for the next one.
Here's the thing. I didn't get that from that, Ray. You know what I got from it? If you think about it as a psychological aspect, he, after 40 years, still has an impact on this town. He still has this. So what it's showing is Michael Myers is still in the minds of plenty, and it just drove this little town into insanity to the part that there was a riot at a hospital chasing the wrong damn guy. They just wanted blood at that point. Didn't matter who it was. And they
makes sense.
They might have been chanting "Evil dies tonight," but no, that's the thing, that the impact of Michael Myers. Michael Myers did his stint in the 78, and it's still affecting people today. The fact that Tommy Doyle went up for a talent show and literally was just like, everybody's laughing, having a good time, and he's like, "Yeah, this is where I fuck people up mentally." Yep. And then he went ahead, grabbed that microphone, and did his thing.
Tommy Doyle was the Hill in the movie.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was.
Yes, he truly was.
Point, yep.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so we're going to keep it right there. All I'm going to say is this, and Ray, you could agree with me, CJ. I hope you guys all whenever Michael's standing there, he just looks to his left, he looks to his right, he sees some angry people, and he just goes.
I'm good. Honestly,
I'm not spoiling anything, E.
No,
I'm good.
Well,
He
some
goes like
people
this.
were
He just
saying-
stretches out, puts his mask back on, goes.
Yep.
Let's
Let's
go.
fucking go.
I loved it.
The only the side that I saw was some people were saying screw the timeline, some of the stuff about the old movies and stuff, which I didn't
I
really-
like
Well,
the
it's not supposed to
timeline.
be.
Grinder, I
answer
still
me
got to
this,
see
though.
Antlers, and I still got to see the Black Phone at Grinder. I promise you, I'm on
Answer
it.
me
Trying
this,
to watch it,
guys. Does this now set up, because now the guy that plays Jason got the rights back, right? Does this set up we can finally get a Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers movie?
That'd
No,
be fucking
absolutely
sick.
not.
Oh, I saw
No,
it.
they're
It will
saying that
not
they're going to
happen.
do. They're saying that they're going to do Halloween Kills, which is supposed to come out next year.
Halloween ends, I
Or
think.
Halloween
Halloween
Ends.
Ends, I mean.
Yeah.
And that'll be the end of the Michael Myers, thing.
But why can't they give us what we really want? We really want a Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers.
I think I
They tried
might
to
be the
do
only
that.
person that liked Freddy versus Jason.
I liked Freddy versus Jason.
I liked
didn't
Freddy
mind it. I
versus
just didn't
Jason.
understand how Freddy learned judo. But here's the
The
only part
movie
I
isn't.
caught
The
was
movie isn't
like,
Freddy, Jason, and Michael though. Like if you're gonna make that movie, I want to see Jason versus Myers, where just two relentless forces of pure violence, which neither one can die. Freddy being involved in it, like I liked Freddy versus Jason. I'm not saying that, but he adds that whole dreamscape or that whole other thing. Like
so it's a whole different
also adds
aspect
humor.
of being
he adds humor 'cause he is funny.
remake Godzilla versus Kong, but with two horror legends, where they're just beating the shit out of each other.
Well, I will say there is a fan film on YouTube, and it is Michael versus Jason. It's really good how they did
No
it.
more
Like, just-
nudity in movies, really, Walter? You must not like women because holy hell,
Hey.
I know a lot of people.
Hey.
I know Wally no longer.
Be
What
nice
he's
to our
trying say
people,
is,
man. Come
Wally's-
on.
I've known Wally for a couple years now. He's a very unique individual. What he's trying, I have to know Wally's. We call him Wally, not Walter. But Walter's, what he's trying to say is, in these movies, we haven't seen titties like he used to in like Halloween Kills. Seriously.
Yeah,
You would
no,
see the
and I'm
naked
okay
bitch
with
running
that.
Titties,
Yeah.
and you'd see someone
Trips
get
over
down
her
their
own
fucking
fucking
and
foot.
stuff like that. It's true.
That's always
You don't
been
see it as
that's
much.
always been a part
So-
of the slasher film, though.
Yeah, you got to have that, that gratuitous sex scene. Here's another
Freddy
thing.
versus
I will say
Ghostface.
this: when it comes to Freddy vs. Jason, they had an ending developed, but they just couldn't get the rights. They literally were going to be fighting, and next thing you know, the lake parts, and here comes Pinhead, and he's like, "I've been searching for both of you," and he literally
Now,
was going
see-
to just chain the shit out of both of them, and be like
Freddy versus
What-
Pinhead is something you can get behind because they both have that
supernatural kind of.
supernatural thing to them.
But if you think about it, all Pinhead has to, I mean, Pinhead's from hell. It's not like he's in the, so he could go in Freddy's world and probably kick his ass too. But I mean, then again, who knows at this point with Hollywood what they'll write.
But
you
I
know?
think that was what would be great about it, because then if you have Freddy
I'm
being
excited
haunted
about
in
the
his
monster.
nightmares by Pinhead.
Can we
Like,
turn
it
this
takes
into
it
a wrestling type situation and talk about the New Day versus the Undertaker thing?
I was
I
going to
still
lead in
haven't
with
watched
that.
it. I
because
need to
we
watch
talked
it,
about
but I
it.
haven't.
watched
It
it
was so
either.
fun. Me and my son played it like twice and
We
went through it
talked
twice.
about it when you weren't here,
It was
E, the
fun
last
stuff.
show. We talked
If we're
about it a little bit when you weren't
gonna,
here.
speaking of television, did anybody watch the season finale of Heels?
Yes.
No.
Heels,
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Heels was awesome.
I now have a way to watch it, so I will.
I have no way to watch it either. So
Yeah,
I
you
did.
did.
I
You
gave you
have a
guys.
Fire Stick?
It's in the group chat. I gave you. Go to the Stars app. You guys can watch it now. By far, Hills is one
Thank
of the
you for
groups.
something.
I
We
was
have to
actually
thank you.
highly upset that it was only 8 episodes. When it
Me
ended
too.
this week and I looked, I was like, damn, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hope that they keep it going. James Harrison is phenomenal in it.
Right?
And Wild Bill could be my favorite television character. When he shit his pants, and I won't say any more other than that. When he shit his pants, I was just like, wow, they really nailed it on every aspect
Yeah,
of wrestling.
and
Because there's
you
none
could
of
have
there's
any
none of us that
depiction
have
of
actually been in the ring that either haven't done it or had
Oh,
that
yeah.
close call where you're like, if I bump again, I'm shitting myself.
yeah. Oh yeah.
There's someone that's watched Heels. Yeah, I definitely want to catch up on that. I still, I
Heels is so
catch
good.
more BTE now than I did before, which I'm always entertained by BTE.
Yeah.
I like it. And I know you guys have talked about BTE a lot before in the past.
Well, if you watched the 6-man tag with the Dark Order versus the Super Elite, they played to that on this week's BTE, where Reynolds and Silver caught up with Adam Cole in his dressing room.
Yeah.
That's
try to
actually
kiss him
where the
again.
Muff Flanagan thing is coming from.
Okay.
I'm watching it as soon as we're done on this.
For the last few weeks, Silver and Reynolds have been playing off the WWE rumors for Adam Cole, where they wanted to they said he's not quite a wrestler. They want him to manage him. And then they were saying, well, we need to cut your hair and we need to rename you. And one of the names they suggested was Muff Flanagan. It's been phenomenal. What I like about that is, and that's something that really kills me about the WWE product, is there used to be stuff where WWE didn't take themselves so seriously. Like whenever Zack Ryder was doing his internet show.
Long story.
When there was legit comedy bits that were comedy, not what you're having now. Like the 24/7 championship is supposed to be funny. It's no longer funny.
No.
How about having a hand?
What's that?
Mae Young having the hand.
Yeah.
They reach. You got.
However, there was some stuff that was always, Santino was always funny.
Yeah.
Eugene was funny. They always had some stuff in there, and they just don't have that now. The only thing you have is maybe Riddle coming off with a one-liner.
Oh my.
Bro.
But what AEW is doing with being the elite is they're building undercard storylines, but then they're also letting the guy's personality come through. And honestly, some of the guys that I would not have been interested in, I've gotten interested in because of being the elite and seeing their
Scorpio Sky.
Absolutely. I mean, Scorpio is one of those guys who is a phenomenal worker.
Oh, hell yeah.
His character work hasn't been great. He's never really been given the time. But SCU as a whole, SCU owes their entire run to being the elite.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
This is the worst town I've ever been in.
Cheeseburger.
That whole ROH run that they had into the first TNA or first AEW champions, that's all thanks to being the elite. Silver and the Dark Order. The Dark Order, let's all admit, whenever it started,
you didn't really care, yeah. And that all their stuff on BTE
has made them that made them faces.
Yeah.
And now they're like, they're a big part of everything. So
I do love Dan Lambert's work, though. Dan Lambert's
he cuts a better promo than 99% of the boys.
Yeah.
I
crack up
so bad with him. He just
The
comes
only
out like
thing
the
I hope
angry old man.
The only thing I hope they do with Dan Lambert, I love him as a manager. I love him as a mouthpiece. I'm not sure how good in the ring Jorge Masvidal is, but I'm hoping he's training behind the scenes because they have a legitimate crossover talent with Jorge if he can be good in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
But we saw with Junior Dos Santos, Junior was terrible.
Yeah, his punches were...
They did the best they could to disguise it.
Yeah.
But, just the same thing with Cain Vasquez. You can have a huge MMA name and they come over. And that it can be good press, but if they can't work when the bell rings, what fucking good is it? You know what I mean? Like Riddle,
George Morris
can work.
George is the guy there. George is he won the BMF title, so and he's the guy that they're gonna try to push. Yeah, they put Junior in and they wanted Junior to look great, but George Matisol, the bad motherfucker, he's the guy that they're gonna push. He's the one that AEW is gonna take. Why? Because he's done in MMA. He got his ass beat bad.
So I'm hoping we have a lot more to talk about that little angle because I think that's a very intriguing angle as well.
Yeah.
So whether or not we're back next Thursday or the following Thursday, we'll talk it over with the boys and figure it out. We will get some final words here, but before we do, I would just want one little promo for my show coming up. As soon as we're done here, we have Red October tournament. So we'll be back with our final words after we go over a little bit of what's going down tonight on Leaning Towards Death Wrestling. Stick around.
It happened in the place of glory, like a Vegas story. Bet the house and city, like these mini mics is biting more than they can chew. Up and smoke, gun smoke, it's cutthroat. What I roll like big gators, risk takers getting snuffed for they coke. I'm like Sammy the Bull with a jammy to pull. I'm Corleone, flowing quarters on Capone, condones the killing. Villain Sicilian authenticity of Sicily. We know that mobsters don't hold mics, imposters they hold like fine line walkers, shit talkers and such. A gin of vodka the clutch, begin to calling your bluff. Blind man cashing chips in, you know the tragic vision of a Roman Catholic Christian. Blood fam, know that tradition like the Shroud of Turin. Vatican, daddy's man had a plan, corruption. Immortalized by the 45, soldier bluffing. Trophy case type guys, administrate white lies. I infiltrate white lies, cuz summer's over. Red October, thicker than water, blood running for miles of shit talkers. I'm homegrown. Stunt to lead the fiends, dome blown. Capone's clone. Demolition man, holding Stallone's chrome.
Nothing's gonna change.
That's
Okay.
tonight, folks, on LTD. Coming up right after this, the chamber match for a shot at the world title and the rest of the tournament. See you guys over there. Any final words from, let's give Bodie some final words. What's up, Doc and Bodie? Any final words for the show?
All right, Bodie wanted to show off one of his favorite action figures, which is Orange Cassidy.
Nice.
So awesome. So wave at everybody, Bodie.
Big shout out to Bodie in the live
Big
chat.
shout
Everyone in
out
the
to you.
chat, give a shout out to Bodie.
So final words, just simple fact is this, just keep watching wrestling, man. Keep supporting pro wrestling right now. It's a great time, and, just have fun. And plus, watch Chucky.
Yeah.
We want more seasons.
Easy.
Bodie's like, don't watch Chucky. I was like, no, he's just scared of Chucky. So.
You should be. Easy, my friend. We missed you last week. Not really, but anyway. Final words, my friend.
We talked about a lot today, and the most important thing is that we have nudity on here.
Oh, my God.
Take that off. And
at least no nipples. Thanks, the words are covering your nipples.
most importantly, I agree with Doc here. It's a great time to be in pro wrestling. It's a great time to watch, get out there, watch independents, go all over the place, whether it's Lancaster or Johnstown or here in town.
Wherever you're from.
Wherever. Yeah. Go out and watch. I mean, the guy from New Zealand, please give us some updates on what's going on out there. You might find somebody that we've never seen.
Subscribe to our other channel. We're building it. We got about 26, 27 subscribers now. Once we get over 100, we can do some more, and we'll go from there. Definitely good point there, E, and good to have you back, my friend. CJ, any final words?
I think Easy E and Doc both kind of already said it. Support indie wrestling, man.
We're here to talk about what's around. We can only speak to what's around our area in southwestern Pennsylvania. But wherever you're at, I guarantee you don't have to go far to find some indie wrestling.
And guys in the chat,
share it with us.
Feel free to send me links of stuff to check out. I love seeing different indies.
What kind of pictures you want in your DMs there, Craig?
Definitely check out indiewrestling.us. I spelled it wrong, so don't check that one. But indiewrestling.us is a YouTube channel as well on here. They do show a lot of these guys. You'll hear the voice of Doc calling matches, and that's definitely one place where you can see some.
Also, there's tons of stuff on Fight TV app, including IWC and a lot of other feds. There's more content than you can physically watch, that I guarantee. But seek out other wrestling.
Yeah.
See the stars that are coming up. A lot of the guys that you're seeing on AEW right now, a lot of the guys that are in NXT right now are guys that have been working the indies and busting their ass for a decade plus. So see them, because then whenever they do get called up, they do get signed. You feel like that's my guy.
Them, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've been watching him since he was nothing.
Yeah.
And watch every bit. All the other content you can. Right now, we're spoiled as shit as wrestling fans.
Yeah.
There is so much content out there, so many cool, fun vlogs like the Sammy Guevara vlog and Being the Elite. There's so much content like Heels, and wrestling is right on that verge of becoming hardcore mainstream again. That you don't have to be embarrassed anymore to be a wrestling fan. And I know that sounds stupid, but
no, it's understood.
It's one of those deals.
Hey, real quick, what do you think about Vince bringing back Saturday night's main event?
Yes.
Do it.
That was some of the best time in my youth.
Only if AEW is live at the same time with Dynamite.
In my opinion, what WWE lacks right now is not wrestling shows. WWE lacks the character-driven stuff. More people got over from total divas and stupid stuff like that. And whenever they were doing stuff on the network, like the specials, they gutted that department during the pandemic, and I understand why. But you need to get back to doing those 24 specials, to doing those, things like that, where you can get people invested in characters.
Table for three,
Wally,
ride along.
Quit promoting shit while I'm live, Wally. Please, I love you to death, but quit promoting shit while I'm live.
But
I just keep calling Wally out. Let's call Wally out some more.
Stuff like that, and stuff like the backstage segments where you get a sense of the characters. Like, in all honesty, Raw is 3 hours. An hour of it is recap. Replace the recap with some stuff, man. Right now you have so much talent in the WWE that it's insane, but they're not over because they're given a 5-minute TV match. Someone like Kevin Owens, that dude is a character and a half.
Willow.
You know what I'm saying? And he's just not
Willow.
He's just not over as he should be, because they book him like shit.
Bring back philosophy.
I'm sorry, I popped on.
Grinder's
comment.
That's Grinder. That's Chance. He's always tongue in cheek. He loves trolling in a good way. So we brought some different things with the Halloween stuff. We don't want to just come here, like I said a million times, and say, here's what happened on SmackDown. Here's what happened on Raw. These guys don't want to do that shit. We're going to have...
Are you rocking a Curtis Axel shirt?
Yes,
Sure.
My man.
Did you guys know that there was a $5 WWE TV or T-shirt sale just recently?
And I put it on backwards.
Ouch.
I did not.
It was actually really good. I got
for
5
those of
shirts.
For those of you still watching, put stuff in the comments. Let us know what other kind of content you want to see. For us to build our YouTube channel, the one that Blaze keeps plugging in the comments, we need lots of hours of content. So I was thinking about maybe doing some old PPV watch-alongs and some stuff like that. So tell us what you guys want to see. If you want to see a pay-per-view watch-along, if you want to see us watch, we talked about doing like No Holds Barred and critiquing it as we watch it.
Stuff is copyright. YouTube won't let us do it. They'll knock the channel down. So we got to be careful. We could do watch-alongs, not showing them like I do Red Zone, where you can just hear the audio. We can do some of that, but if any copywritten music, like if a soundtrack comes on, they'll strike it and knock that channel right out of there. But what Ray's trying to get to is don't want to bring you a normal wrestling podcast. These guys are too fucking creative for that. We want to have too much fun than just sit here and regurgitate. I'm not knocking any other podcasters. There's a lot out there that I used to say, they're bullshit or they're doing this. They're all great. They're doing well. They're doing their own thing. We're going to do our own thing. And
we're getting to the point where we are going to put out this podcast once a week for you guys. Every week. But like I said, there's a lot of other content that we need to fill up. We want to give you guys some other stuff. So absolutely put stuff in the comments. Direct message any of us on Twitter or direct message Blaze with ideas and we'll shoot them around. And starting in November, we're going to be putting a huge emphasis on building that channel with content and trying to make this a weekly event here.
All right, guys, I want to thank y'all for being a part of the show. Everybody in the live chat as well. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you can. Join the membership to help us grow this channel. And we'll be back very soon to make some more sense of stuff. And if you don't watch us, I've been waiting to do this very corny line. If you don't watch us, you're tripping like chicks in horror flicks, motherfuckers.
Oh, man.
That was terrible.